12 News at 10 with Mark Curtis and Caribe Devine starts now.
We begin tonight with a close call on the streets of Tempe. It happened on Friday when a driverless Waymo vehicle drove into oncoming traffic. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Caribe Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. Thankfully, that car stopped before crashing. But as you can imagine, for all of those who were in the area, it was pretty scary, which is why two women who witnessed it happening pulled out their phones and started recording.
12 News journalist Bianca Bono talked to those women this evening and joins us now live from Rural Road and Lemon Street near ASU where it all happened. Bianca?
Yeah, Mark Caribe, these two women are thankful that nobody got hurt. They decided to share the video they took of the incident on social media. In fact, it happened right here at this intersection. They're now hoping Waymo takes accountability.
Waymo! They turned...
Scary moments Friday in Tempe as a driverless Waymo went wild, ending up facing oncoming traffic near Rural Road and Lemon Street, feet away from ASU's campus.
I'm like, Ace, take a video. Like, what if this ends up in court?
Recent ASU grads Emmy Wiest and Aislinn Anaya Hall were face to face with the autonomous vehicle which had a passenger inside. They had a green light, but were stuck.
We saw the Waymo just take that turn right into our turning lane, completely missing its correct turn. Once it all came to us, you could probably tell in the video, we were quite frightened. And the Waymo!
Concerned they were about to be in a head-on collision, they pulled around the Waymo, honking to get its attention. The driverless car kept going.
If a person made that mistake where it's like they're driving down the wrong side of the road, I don't think you should have your license, you know? That's the thing, like if you pull a Waymo over, like odds are there's probably not going to be a driver in it. So it's like, who is held accountable for those individual mistakes?
It shows Waymo aren't perfect. Their cars make mistakes just like human drivers.
Andrew Maynard is an advanced technology professor at ASU.
We have to ask questions about what went wrong and how to make the service better. But at the same time, we can't take our eye off the ball that this is a safe technology.
In a statement, a Waymo spokesperson telling 12 News, the Waymo driver was proceeding through an intersection when the light changed, and the vehicle rerouted its course by making a right turn, safely clearing the intersection within a minute. Adding, we continuously refine our system's performance to navigate complex scenarios while prioritizing community safety. Wiest and Anaya Hall didn't feel safe, hoping this incident is investigated.
Our goal was more to shine light and kind of like public outreach and let people know so they have all the information before they jump in a Waymo.
And on TikTok alone, that video has already reached nearly 400,000 views. Now, the federal government is already investigating Waymo and a number of incidents that happened here in Arizona where their vehicles allegedly violated traffic laws. We're live in Tempe tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Bianca, thanks. New tonight, two Arizona women are dead after being attacked by armed men in a stolen pickup in Mexico. Mexican authorities say it happened Friday on a highway in Sonora between the towns of Sonoita and Caborca. Officials confirmed the two women, ages 72 and 82, were found dead inside a white Nissan Pathfinder that had rolled over and was riddled with bullets. Authorities later found a stolen blue Ford F-150 in a nearby town that had guns and ammo inside. They're now looking for the criminal group associated with that attack. We'll keep you updated as we learn more.
Developing tonight, the search continues for Brena Swindell. The daughter of former Diamondbacks pitcher Greg Swindell has been missing since last week. The 29-year-old was last seen on Thursday night at a bar outside of Austin, Texas. Police say that Swindell was there with her ex-boyfriend, Morgan Guidry. Both of their cell phones have been turned off since Friday, and according to local reports, Guidry is wanted in connection to an assault that happened back in July. Police confirming that Swindell was the victim. Now, our sister station in Austin also spoke with Guidry's father, who says that his son left notes behind. One read, "I went back to spend one last night with her." Another one read, "Morgan plus Brena. See you on the other side." Authorities say that their white 2022 Kia Carnival may have been spotted in Colorado.
A tragic update tonight from the Grand Canyon, where a woman is dead after being swept away in Havasu Canyon floodwaters. 33-year-old Chenoa Nickerson's body was recovered over the weekend, about 20 miles downriver from where she first went missing. The dangerous floodwaters left around 200 other tourists stranded after floods washed out bridges and walkways on Thursday. Many of them lost all of their belongings as they rushed to higher ground. Today, we heard from a hiker who was rescued, and she told us she wants to use her story to warn others about the dangers of that area.
Warning is during monsoon season to be very aware, to be weather aware. It was beautiful 1 foot, 2 foot blue water and, beautiful waterfalls. And within 45 minutes, it turned into a life and death situation. The flood came so fast. So if you're going to be in the Grand Canyon, especially on the floor of the Grand Canyon during monsoon season, to watch the weather, watch the radar, heed the warnings.
The National Weather Service said the area received between 1 and 2 inches of rain within about an hour and a half, triggering the flash flooding. All right, let's get a look at your weather impact forecast with meteorologist Lindsay Riley. Linz, we saw a lot of storm activity last week. Anything on the horizon for this week?
Well, eastern and southeastern Arizona will see the most over the next 2 days. The valley has slim chances this week because drier air will move back in later in the week and for the upcoming weekend. Today, though, was pretty quiet. We did have some storms out near the White Mountains and down near Tucson, but the rest of the state had a lot of dry time out there today. So lightly higher numbers on the monsoon meter. Here's our 12 News exclusive monsoon meter for tomorrow. I have a 1 for the valley, under a 10% chance that we get a late day storm in here. However, up in the high country, the Rim, the White Mountains down into the Tucson area, about 50% coverage. So we will get a little bit more moisture working up across the eastern half of the state. Northern Arizona has that isolated chance. Western Arizona going to look at a dry day. Temps tomorrow morning, pretty comfortable, 86 degrees out the door, but highs are going to be around 110. We have a good chance at breaking a record for the most 110s. More on that tally coming up in my full forecast. Caribe?
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Lindsay. Thank you. Arizona's Auditor General is calling for a change after the former Santa Cruz County Treasurer was accused of embezzling nearly $40 million. Earlier this month, the county sued Elizabeth Gutfar, claiming that she wired money out of the county savings accounts into accounts that she controlled. Now, the Arizona Auditor General wants requirements for newly elected county treasurers to include minimum training requirements. Right now, the county treasurers don't have to meet any educational or experience benchmarks related to the job.
Officials in Maricopa County are taking action against non-permitted food vendors after reports that more than a dozen people got sick after eating their tainted food. 17 people have reported feeling sick after eating from a specific group of street vendors who were operating without a permit. Officials say the vendors usually are set up in parking lots or on sidewalks and are selling tacos al pastor, which is set up on a vertical rotisserie. Meanwhile, they're asking the public to be extra vigilant when choosing where they eat.
So looking for the permit is the surest way to know that they're following food safety practices and at least have the support equipment to be able to operate properly.
Anyone who's gotten sick from eating food from a street vendor can contact the county at the number we've put on your screen, 602-506-6616.
Now to Surprise, where a boy is recovering after being hit by a car. It happened while the boy was riding his bike home from a park near Bell Road and Cotton Lane. Tonight, Surprise police are asking for your help in finding the driver accused of hitting him and then driving off. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra spoke with that boy tonight and shares his family's plea for justice.
The crash happened on this residential road less than a mile from where the Benner family lives. They're hoping that the driver will bring them closure by turning themselves in.
I've always wore a helmet, no matter what.
This helmet is something 12-year-old Bridger Benner is proud he was wearing last Thursday. Bridger was riding his bike home from basketball near 175th Avenue and Paradise Lane when a car hit him and drove away.
I would expect it to just slow down as I was crossing, but it didn't.
Bridger blacked out but remembers waking up in the middle of the street all alone.
It wasn't just a little tap and bump and fall over. This bike was dragged under this person's car, broke in half, threw him so far.
His dad, Mason Benner, showing us just how far he was thrown.
From what we can tell, the impact zone was right there in the crosswalk, and he landed over there in the center median.
They're estimating 25 feet. The bike flew even further.
For a bike to go that far, for Bridger, his weight to fly that far, it just doesn't make any sense for him to be going the speed limit.
Surprise police say their attempt to locate additional videos or photos of the incident were unsuccessful, making this search for the driver challenging.
Very difficult, and we're going to require our community to step in and help us with this one.
Investigators describe the car as a 2022 to 2024 dark gray Toyota Camry.
It will be missing its right front passenger mirror, as well as have front end damage and possibly missing part of the grille.
Bridger's injuries are serious, but he's expected to make a full recovery. He and his family are hoping whoever hit him will come forward.
I can't imagine what kind of person would drive away from that and leave somebody just laying in the middle of the road.
Surprise police are asking that you contact them if you have any information about this incident, the car, or a possible driver. Reporting in Surprise, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you for that. Still ahead.